Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakak. All praises to the Heavenly Father and His Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, and the Lashawan Kodash, the ancient Hebrew. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that rule well, taught me this truth. Peace, love, and blessings to the hopefully elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. All right, shalom to the brothers and sisters that listen to these videos. All right, rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of their ability, believing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakakodash Barakathum. To all of you, shout out to the brothers in the camp. My name is a warrior from the Seek the Way camp out in Modesto, California. Small group of brothers doing the work in truth and in sincerity, rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of our ability, keeping the faith and doing this work. All right. So this is another article from shtfplan.com, shouldhitthefanplan.com. Says Trump cannot be anti-globalist while working with global elites. And then you see this devil Trump standing right here with a so-called Jew, which is a tribe of Amalek, the Edomite from the tribe of Amalek. All right, they're Jewish. They're actually red Hebrew Edomites. Okay. It says, in the summer of 2016, during the election campaign, I examined the Trump phenomenon and how it relates to the globalist narrative. I concluded that Trump would be president based on the fact that having a supposedly hardcore nationalist and populist conservative in the White House over the next 4 years would, in fact, be highly beneficial to the elites. At the time, the Federal Reserve was getting ready to tighten liquidity, which would inevitably lead to market volatility and a crash in fundamentals. By the end of Trump's first term, or perhaps at the beginning of his second term, the recessionary crisis would become obvious to the general public. Trump and all conservatives will be blamed for the resulting disasters that the banking elites engineered. And that last name, Trump, means to trick. When you say you pull out the Trump card, this is basically their Trump card. And he could very well be the fall guy. He could be, because I think he's going to get elected again, in 2020. And I think he's pretty much going to hold the reins of this economy together, or the elites are going to hold the reins of this economy together until he gets reelected, and then, crash the dollar and basically blame everything on him. And he's pretty much just a fall guy, because the whole point is to start a civil war. All right. It says, during the election, it was unclear to me if Donald Trump was a puppet of the elites. He could have simply been a convenient scapegoat for the coming crash. See, so he's thinking along the same lines as I do. Just say, look, because he's the perfect fucking guy. He's the perfect guy for that. I mean, this guy bankrupted his companies. He had these businesses that he bankrupted. So he's the perfect bankruptcy guy. He knows how to declare bankruptcy. It says, and America's about to go bankrupt. America's about to forfeit. All right. It says, today it is obvious that he is indeed controlled opposition. As I've noted in numerous articles, Trump's association with the globalists go way back. He was saved by the Rothschild banking family from crippling debts and multiple property developments in Atlantic City during the 1990s. The Rothschild agent that handled Trump's bailout was none other than Wilbur Ross, the senior managing director of Rothschild's New York. Ross is now Trump's commerce secretary, which indicates that his relationship to the Rothschilds continues to this day. And that's why Trump always talks about draining the swamp. Well, the swamp would be the Rothschilds. The swamp would be the globalist elites, as they call them, the globalists. These are the people that want to bring about the New World Order, which Trump is a part of that. And we're going to go into it in the Bible. What the Bible has to say about it. Okay. Says in 2016, Trump offered positions in the White House to a vast array of global elitists. Some of them from the Council on Foreign Relations, a think tank whose stated goals include the erasure of borders and the end of national sovereignty. These members include Elaine Chao, United States Secretary of Transportation; Jamie Dimon, member of Strategic and Policy Forum; Jim Donovan, Deputy Treasury Secretary; Larry Fink, member of Strategic and Policy Forum; Neil M. Gorsuch, Supreme Court Justice; Vice Admiral Robert S. Harward, National Security Advisor. Okay. It says declined appointment, so I guess he didn't get in there. Let's see. Says Trump then went on to bring in longtime elites with ties to the globalist establishment and the Federal Reserve, such as John Bolton, Mike Pompeo, Robert Lighthizer, Larry Kudlow, and Stephen Mnuchin, and etc. The list goes on. During the campaign, Trump consistently and rightly criticized Hillary Clinton's many ties to the banking cabal, which that's the elites, the banking cartel, as they call them. The deep state is another name for them. They got a bunch of different names that people go by them. We just call the Illuminati. We just call them Edomites. It says, including her close relationship with the internationalist banks like Goldman Sachs. He also made multiple criticisms against globalism. Then he argued that the economic recovery under Obama was actually a massive financial bubble. The markets were artificially propped up by the Federal Reserve stimulus and low interest rates, and indicators like unemployment stats were rigged. Again, this was all true. Now, this kind of popped into my head. I had watched a video a while back with this guy who was talking about the elites and open borders and stuff like that in America. Trump talks about building a wall, so on and so forth. And then they say, like, the Democrats, they want open borders. And this guy was talking about, well, they want open borders so that they could bring in more voters or some nonsense like that. Well, really what they want is they want as many people to come in. It's easy. The more people that come in here, the higher the debt's going to get. The easier it's going to be to crash the economy here. And not only that, they want as many people as they can get in this place. So when they declare martial law, lock this place down, they could chip as many people as they can. And eventually this whole America is going to be completely destroyed. So this is just a city of mass judgment that's getting ready to take place, because America is going to be destroyed in a nuclear war, which is going to be the War of Armageddon, which is also going to be known as World War III, which that's on the horizon. It says, yet after his election, Trump proceeded to saturate his cabinet with the same banking elites he once attacked, and then he took full credit for the markets and the fake employment and GDP numbers only months later. So here it is. This guy was trashing all these people and trashing these numbers about how the economy's doing, how the market's doing, and so on and so forth. Then he gets in the office, and then he elects all these people, and then he starts taking on that same image that he was earlier just trashing. And these people, they still follow him. But we see right through all this. It says, once in office, Trump suddenly abandoned his promise to indict the Clintons, and any pursuit of fighting the globalists fell by the wayside. Instead, Trump turned all his attention on China, opening the door to an economic war as a useful distraction for the globalists, while they continued to pull the plug on financial life support. If Trump was going to do battle with the globalist establishment, why would he surround himself with so many elites And why would he hold up China as a primary threat instead of global banking institutions? Yeah, why wouldn't he be like, well, we need to get rid of these fucking vampires that's sucking the blood out of the earth? All right, because he's one of them. He's an Edomite. All right, he's one of these people. He works for him. You know, he's nothing but a damn sock puppet, man. All right, he's just there. He's a face of controversy to keep everybody distracted while they set up this new world order. While they get ready to microchip all you people, man. They get ready to implant the mark of the beast in you. All right, which is the RFID microchip. You know, that's the ultimate plan of martial law. They want to lock this place down, slaughter as many of you as they can, and the rest of you, they're gonna put microchips in you. All right. Because there's going to be a point when they're going to make that mandatory. We still hear Trump talk about how the Federal Reserve, that's why they want to get rid of us. Because they're going to package this microchip. It's going to be, at first, it's, you know, right now it's offered to people that willingly want to take it. And a lot of people do take it. Especially out there in like Europe, in certain places in Europe, like the Netherlands. It's actually a big thing. And we're gonna be out there condemning people and telling people, look, this is the mark of the beast, man. All right, the devil is trying to own you as a slave. He's trying to mark you. He's trying to brand you. And if you take that brand, there's no repentance for that. You're gonna burn in nuclear fire. You're gonna burn in fire and brimstone day and night. You're gonna have no rest. The judgment for that is incredibly severe. All right, so he wants our videos done. He wants to take us off the air, man. You know, because we're telling everybody what's about to go down, what this devil's plan is. That's part of his new world order, is to enforce the microchip as a mandatory thing. It says we still hear Trump talk about how the Federal Reserve is run by ignorant people and how the future belongs to patriots, not globalists. But Trump's hyper-focus on the markets and the trade war with China do nothing to combat the globalist agenda. In fact, these actions help the globalists immensely. All right. Trump is sticking to the pattern of criticizing the Fed's higher interest rates as the cause of the economic downturn, while at the same time continuing to take full credit for the same fraudulent economic data in the market bubble he once admonished. What does this accomplish? Well, Trump's job is to undermine conservatives and the liberty movement by pretending to be one of us. His attacks on the Fed, while legitimate in part, are meaningless if he maintains that he is the sole reason why the economy and the markets move. Okay, it says, in essence, the globalists are using Trump to delegitimize anti-Fed arguments by attaching him to those arguments and the failing economy simultaneously. As he falls from fiscal grace, the intent is that all anti-Fed and anti-globalist arguments will die with him. Who would want to take the same ideological stance as the man who brought the global economy to ruin? Yeah, so they put this dude in office. I mean, you got all these people that are so-called, you got these Edomites and you got Jakes that are these so-called right-wingers, the Republicans. They believe in capitalism and all this stuff. And Trump, he's like a fucking representation of that. You know, he's a venture capitalist. He's a big he's a successful businessman or whatever. Yeah, and so they're all putting their chips on him. You know, I like these, they say you know, you need a businessman or somebody that knows about running a business to run America, to bring the economy back or whatever. So what it is when the economy crashes, they're all going to point at Trump and be like, well, look, this is what your capitalist system brought to America, as a fucking financial conundrum. And then they're gonna say, look, we have a solution for that. You know, turn over your freedom to the government, and we're gonna fix all your problems with this RFID chip, man. You know, everybody's gonna be like, yeah, this is the solution. this Bitcoin type currency. Because that's the currency. That's the currency that we're heading towards. You see, in everything, and Bitcoin is fucking strong, man. It's like thousands of dollars to have for one fucking Bitcoin. So the dollar ain't shit. All right, the dollar is trash, and you're about to see, what's gonna become of the dollar when this economy crashes. And a lot of these other countries, their economies are gonna fucking get wrecked when when this shit goes down. That's how they're gonna push the mark of the beast all around the world. That's part of the New World Order. They want to bring everybody under one agenda. Why do you think the Catholic Church is all about coexistence? Bring all these religions together into one super religion. Bring all the governments together into one super government. All ran by who? Esau, Edom. It says currently the mainstream media is focusing on Trump's hypocrisy and demanding a weaker dollar after calling for a stronger dollar during his campaign. They are also insinuating that Trump is trying to deflect blame onto the Fed while his trade war is the real cause of the recession. I've been warning about this outcome for quite some time, and now it's happening. Yeah, this trade war is doing a lot of damage to this country, to Babylon, Rome, Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah. Says Trump's bizarre behavior vindicates my deepest suspicion during the election. Trump is not just an unwitting scapegoat. He is a participant in the game, playing a theatrical role. He's an actor. He's a fucking reality TV actor. A bumbling villain. He's an Edomite. Edomites are villains in the script. He is the anti-globalist who trips over his own hubris and causes the downfall of the American empire. Which that's inevitable for this place to fall. All right, it's written in the scriptures. He is playing the pig-headed conservative that proves once and for all why conservative philosophy is evil and why the leftists were right all along. This is going to bring about a civil war. You see all these things that the scriptures talk about totally coming into effect. Part of his job is to co-opt the liberty movement, redirect its energies into pointless pursuits, and to make us look ridiculous or dangerous by the end of his presidency. So obviously the guy that's writing this is like what you would call a right wing or a Republican or a libertarian, whatever the fuck they call themselves. They got so many different sects now. Says, however, there is a bit of conundrum forming for the elites, blah 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 blah. All the rest of this is not needed to be read. You get the gist. So this is Revelation 13:11, and it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And so he had 2 horns like a lamb. The 2 horns represent the Democratic and the Republican Party here in America, because this beast, this is the extension of Rome. Because what I believe it's up here. Let me see. Yeah, Revelation 13:3, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. Well, that's talking about when the ancient Rome was fell. It got a deadly wound. It said, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. All right, now that's talking about Rome being revived. All right, through America. America is Rome all over again. All right, that's why they got bases set up in these different countries all around the world. All right, it was prophesied that this would happen. All right, what does it say? See, Revelation 13:7, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. All right, so that was, they had that saying, the sun sets upon Rome, something to that effect. All right, so Rome has essentially conquered the earth, and that's done through America, which is the revitalization of Rome. All right, so this is the extension of Rome. And this is based upon Roman and Greek philosophy. This whole, it's got a Senate, a republic. You got the Democrats and the Republicans. Back in the ancient Roman times, you have the presidents. Back in the ancient Roman times, the presidents were called Caesars. Democrats and Republicans were called patricians and plebeians. All right. So the beast came out of the earth. He had two horns like a lamb. All right, because both sides say that they're the right one. Both of them feign that their intentions are benevolent. It says, and he spake as a dragon. All right, but it was deceitful. All right, because that's all they're doing. They say all of these peaceful things, but it's actually deceit. It says, and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him. That's why they're dropping bombs on all these countries and bringing them into subjection. That's why they're spreading their philosophy throughout the four corners of the earth. That's why they want these open borders, and they have all these people, all these different nations coming in here. Look at the different wars that were fought by America. You see how diverse the military is. You got people of all nations in this devil's military. He says, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. Yeah, he goes and pushes that philosophy. All right, that systematic oppression upon everybody, especially Jake. All right, Jake was actually captured. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are prisoners of war here. It says, and he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. All right, which is the conduct of these Edomites, the way that they live, their philosophies, their ways of thinking. All right, they legalize homosexuality throughout America. Well, they're pushing that LGBTQ across the world, across the board, along with feminism, women's rights, so on and so forth. Everything that's against the Bible is exactly what this devil does. He created all kinds of platforms for wickedness. All right, YouTube, Google, the internet, period, is all just platforms to push wickedness and false doctrine and wicked philosophy. All right, and all of this shit is idol. It's all sacrificed unto idols. All right, they're everything. Save Mart, Walmart, McDonald's, Burger King, Jack in the Box, all these different places, Starbucks. They all got images coupled with them. They're all these things are sacrificed to devils, man. All right, all these things are given to idols. It's all this place is full of idolatry, and it's full of the lack of the knowledge of the Most High. It said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. That's why they fucking go around, bombing people and shit. That's why they want to go to war with Iran. That's why they want to slaughter the majority of the population of the earth and microchip the rest of you. All right, because they want you to completely submit to that image. All right, which the mark of the beast is part of the image. We're going on to verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that's the ultimate plan of Esau, Edom, is to completely enslave the entire earth. and destroy you Jakes, man. He wants to destroy you Israelites. All right, but don't get caught up in all this nonsense and all the theatrics. You know, this whole Democrat, Republican, presidential campaigns, all this nonsense. It's all bullshit to keep your eyes away from the what's really going on. Them passing all these different bills, acts, and legislations leading up to martial law, so that they have everything in place to round you up and destroy you or put a microchip in you. Pretty soon you're not gonna see our videos, man. All right, you got all this hate speech stuff going on right now. You can't even speak the truth, or they'll label you a terrorist and they'll call you hateful and they'll take your videos down, man. All right, because they're scared of the truth. See, if this wasn't the truth, they wouldn't fucking worry about it. They don't even want to dispute it. They just want to get rid of it. They don't want it on. They don't want it online. They don't want it on YouTube. They don't want it anywhere. They don't want nobody talking about this. They don't want to give it any kind of recognition because they know that it's the truth and it scares them to death, man. All right. They just want us dead. They want to kill us. They're setting up legislation in place to ban the scriptures, to ban the preaching of the Bible. To they want to make it to where even you mention the Bible, they'll fucking kill you. All right. You mention the word Edomite, you can't even. I put Jew in the title of one of my videos, and my video got removed. All right. They got keywords set up to profile your videos and take them down. Well, there's gonna be the famine of the word is coming. There's gonna be a time when they're gonna start taking down pages, man, and everybody's pages, left and right. All right, because they're being destroyed. All right, and we're pushing them back into a corner, and they're gonna have to react. They're gonna have to. All right, because they can't dispute this. It's too real, man. It's the truth. They can't dispute it. What they did is what they did, and they can't undo it, man. It tells you in the scriptures they found no place of repentance, though they sought it carefully with tears. All right, so Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that rule well, taught me this truth, peace, love, and blessing to the hopefully elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing the word in truth and sincerity to all the brothers and sisters listening to the scattered Israelites, such as myself. Shalom.